of ongoing issues and topics in Egypt, including the protests in Tahrir Square, Rab al Adawiyya intersection, and of course in front of the Ittihadiyya Presidential Palace and Alexandria, among other directorates and governorates. And as well, during the program, we will be celebrating the 10th of Ramadan war victory in the year 1973, and of course celebrating the holy month of Ramadan in a religious section. So stay tuned with this song by Maher Zain celebrating the holy month.
You lift me up high, you spread my wings and fly me to the sky. I feel so alive, it's like my soul thrives in your light. But how I wish you'd be here with me all year around. Ramadan, ليتك دوما قريب. Love is everywhere, so much peace fills up the air. Ramadan, month of the Quran, I feel it inside me, strengthening my iman. But how I wish you'd be here with me all year around. Ramadan, ليتك دوما قريب. I just love the way you make me feel. Every time you come around, you breathe life into my soul, and I promise that
Welcome back. You're still watching Nile International and of course Nile Cruise. And of course you can be following us on Nile Cruise and Nile TV on Twitter, Facebook and Google+. So, as I've said in the introduction, thousands of Egyptians still rally the streets, whether supporting President or former President Mohammed Morsi now, or supporting the revolution of the 30th of June and before it the 25th of January revolution. Meanwhile, in almost a fortnight since the oust of President Morsi, a new cabinet has been sworn in this week. Hazem al-Biblawi became the interim prime minister and the head of the armed forces, General Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, stays as the defense minister and also became the deputy prime minister, while Muhammad Ibrahim Mustafa remained as the interior minister. Liberal Christian politician Munir Fakhri Abdel Noor has been made the trade and industry minister. On Friday today as well, we've seen a number of protests being held in Tahrir Square, in Rab al-Adawiyya intersection in Alexandria and different governorates, of course protesting against the ousting of President Mohammed Morsi and demanding his reinstatement. On the other hand, people in Tahrir, people in Alexandria and other governorates are demanding that the revolution should be continued and the goals of it will be achieved. And today we have Professor Dr. Mohammed el Nashaie who will be telling us more about the current situation on the street in Egypt. Hello, doctor. Sorry for being late. Okay, so moving on the situation on the ground now in the streets of Cairo. How would you analyze it?
First, let me express my deep appreciation. I'm saluting appreciation to the Egyptian people, to its army, and its young people who went to the street to achieve what they have achieved. I want to make it unequivocally clear that I'm absolutely of the opinion that this is one of the most wonderful revolutions in human history, not only. I think Egypt made history with this last revolution of the 30th of last month. And my trust in what the army have done approach infinity. I think we are heading in the right direction.
Yes.
And I salute again the armed force of Egypt, which I call it, by the way, the military wing of the Egyptian people.
Yes.
It's something very special, the relationship between the army and the people in Egypt. America have a completely different history. They wouldn't even start guessing at it. Same thing apply even to England. I give you a very small example, and I hope the viewer will appreciate that I'm taking a little bit more time into history. The last time a regular Egyptian army fought a regular Egyptian army is 4,000 years ago, when King Mina united the valley of the Nile, the north and the south. The last regular army, American regular army, which fought a regular army, is only about 150 years. It was the Confederation against the Yankee. You can never imagine how much Egypt is interwoven into its army and vice versa. There's nothing called Christian or Muslim or Jew or non-religious person in the army. It doesn't matter. They are Egyptian, and this is their military wing. Therefore, all this talk, which saying a military coup, is just, please forgive me for a very common English American word, really, baloney. This is baloney. And as the father of an American citizen who supported President Obama enormously, I address now President Obama, thank him that he, at long last, acknowledged that this is a revolution and not military coup, because we don't have military coup in Egypt. It doesn't exist. Even the revolution of the 23rd of July of Gamal Abdel Nasser, and this was not a military coup. It was a revolution. Nothing have changed so much in Egypt like the revolution.
Yes, but why did it take so long for US President Barack Obama to recognize that this was not a military coup by
He didn't
the
ask
Egyptian
my
army?
daughter. He didn't ask my daughter.
Could have told him the answer, yes.
It is very sad, but you see, I think there was a representative of the Congress coming who know President Obama very, very well, and he was in Egypt, and he met with me long ago, a few years ago really, at the time of President Mubarak, ex-President Mubarak, not President,
Yes.
ex-President Mubarak. And he told me, I have never met anybody who loved Obama, President Obama, so much like you. I'm going to tell him, the greatest admirer of you, Mr. President, is an Egyptian in Egypt called Mohammed el Nashaie. Things, I must admit, changed quite drastically. But I would love to keep this admiration for President Obama, and I hope he will listen to the Egyptian people, asking him not only to support us lukewarmly, but full-heartedly, because in Egypt there is nothing called coup d'etat. Gamal Abdel Nasser led one of the greatest revolutions. Only greater than this is the revolution of the 30th of May.
But why did US President Barack Obama support the Muslim Brotherhood? And of course with the US ambassador to Egypt, Ann Patterson, doing the same thing here on the ground.
You know, one of the great, thanks God, because I'm so confident and I look into the future and see only positive things now coming. But the thing which saddened me more than anything, because I am an Arab, an Egyptian Arab, and a Muslim, but I'm an Egyptian Arab. What have been the destruction of Iraq? Nothing have pained me so much like seeing the destruction of Iraq, one of the greatest nations in the Arab world, which was destroyed. Those who destroyed it started by hiring people who are Iraqi, living in the USA, professing that they know Iraq, telling them all about Iraq, and what is right and what is wrong for Iraq, speaking with the name of Iraq. People who have vested interest, monetary interest, and other interest, advise the American administration, the gullible American administration, wrongly about Iraq.
Which led to the war or the invasion
Not
on Iraq.
only the war, the destruction, because they dissolved the Iraqi army. What a ludicrous idea to dissolve the Iraqi army and then look there and then shed, with all respect, crocodile tears about, oh, what's the word?
So that would the same scenario here in Egypt.
You can't. No, Iraq is Egypt cannot have anything of the sort. But I'm just saying,
it was the planned
those
scenario.
people who have misled President Obama, his envoys to the Middle East, people who are Arab, more specifically, people who are Egyptian, who gave him wrong information and wrong impression. I am partly, our family is known and have a lot of prominent founding member of the Muslim Brotherhood, my family. I am a very, very sold on Islam person.